No real issues, a couple hiccups, but no problem. So NaVi have to respond very fast. They need it right now on Overpass.
I'm looking forward to see what they have prepared with this pick, because it's not the obvious pick. And I was actually looking a bit at their stats here in the break, and it doesn't look good for their CT side for NaVi, which is usually
the stronger side.
Yeah, like where you go for like 10 rounds, stuff like this. So.
Well, we'll have to find out. Bit's going to try and recover from a bad opening map. JL under pressure, and after the opening kill, NaVi just collapse again. They get picked apart moving around the map, and MOUZ is in complete control. 4-on-2.
Because MOUZ are also getting active, right? We see the fallback from torzsi through the apartments, fight down through the short. All of a sudden, MOUZ decide, no, yeah, we're not going to lean back. We're not going to chill out. We're going to take it to you, take it back from you.
Which has been their MO throughout this their entire tournament, really.
You know, as every wise player says, they're playing their game.
The one time it actually makes sense.
Yes,
yeah.
When it's working. Still a full belt of utility on Alexi B to maybe get something rolling towards this A site, but we do have that Bathrooms lurk coming down, hunting. As Frozen gives up his angle, torzsi is just going to tap into the back of Alexi's head. Brain splattered. And a round that matters, Jimpphat circles back. 36 health versus 4. Ooh, had a chance at a freebie, but now those connector men are going to come running upwards. And that should be the end of this 5 health Jimpphat. Sure enough, it is a CT pistol collected by MOUZ, even despite a 4v5.
You know, no matter how good of a mentality you have when it goes bad, it's definitely always a help when you have a good pistol round. It feels so good to hit those shots. So we'll see. Maybe he can even farm up some ecos now to make it even better, and then first gun round will be tough.
Even positioning himself really well. I think we'll see that throughout this half on Overpass, especially like one of those A players that flower pots out towards long. It's such a safe place to be in the mid round if you don't really know what's coming, and it gives you that opportunity for that quick lurk through the bathrooms as well. Just to build on this idea that this is kind of a dangerous map for NaVi to pick into this series, this is a different NaVi team than what we saw in Cologne when this roster first came together, when it was obviously very disjointed. They haven't played this map since then. They haven't played this map in an official as this kind of lineup that has a little bit more confidence, a little bit more comfort together. So this is really kind of, I mean, trial by fire, and the biggest fire possible in the grand finals.
Yeah, you must assume that they had some really good results in practice and they feel comfortable on the map, but even then, it's not the same thing as practice, right? And
how often does that equate for you, 1-to-1 from practice to officials? You know,
it's never 1-to-1. I tell you that much. But yeah, there's some maps that you just feel comfortable on as an individual, and then of course, like, it's not as hard to get it going on that map, but Overpass, I feel like, for example, a map like Inferno is the best example. On Inferno in practice, everyone is rushing you every round. There's not a round that takes more than 30 seconds.
Yeah.
In official, it's the other way around.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
You get so much space and you have to learn how to hit sights and stuff like this, so...
Done deal, folks. Easy does it. One single kill, that's it.
He got 3 more torzsi, so he's...
rack it up.
He's ready.
He had a quiet map 1 compared to the rest of his playoffs, so he's looking to pop off early. Not going to have the AWP quite yet.
I blame Inferno, you know? It limited torzsi.
Okay.
Okay,
sure.
now he's playing CT side Overpass, A site.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled, Moses.
Yeah, well, they dropped him at M4 for this round. That's passed over by Xerxen, so let's see how it goes. Full buy for NaVi, 4 Galils, an AK-47. That'll make you happy as an in-game leader. Everyone's got nades.
Yeah, that's important. Also one of the maps where I feel like it would actually make more sense to force in the second round as T to have that full buy in the third round. Like on this map, you would like to have all the nades for the map control. You would like to have the AWP for the long distance. So rounds like this typically ends towards B, and it's really tough.
Oh, nice flash.
What a flash.
Oh, that was Alexi. I thought that might have been Xerxen with a self-flash, but that's a good toss-up from Alexi on the reaction.
Man, he just looks like a fool running through the open.
Yeah.
Just a sitting duck, like no chance. Simple's going to gobble that one up, so 2 for the GOAT.
This is where it can get dicey, though. As you can see, Frozen pushing up again. A player putting themselves out towards long for the mid-round for the second timing. And Jimpphat's got so many different places he has to worry about. It's all down to when Frozen chooses to make his move and if Jimpphat gets that sense.
Big fight for Frozen to pick up. And then there's that unknowingness as to whether he would leave or not, but he sticks around for a little longer, and Alexi's going to get the trade frag. It's damage done versus Alexi and Bit. It's not a comfortable 3v2, but it's man advantage regardless. This whole time, Simple's been sat in a portion of the map he earned.
Well, MOUZ is calling the bluff. MOUZ is like, if you guys are going to walk A, sure, go for it, take the round win, but we're going to park 2 here. NaVi's coming back, and they don't have a whole lot of time. Flashes better be god tier again.
They're coming, he's blind. He's blind as a bat. Jimpphat just starts spraying. Still very winnable with the nade. It could find the one in the back. Oh. Simultaneous kills from torzsi. Triple on the site.
Well, that definitely doesn't hurt his confidence either. That's pretty good. 3K every round so far.
Yeah, we take that. That's a nice clutch, and obviously helped out. NaVi doesn't have the time to slow it down and deal with that. They don't have time to deal with the position. And more than anything, they don't have the HP.
Makes a lot of sense for MOUZ as well to stack to be in this scenario, because they cleared Frozen all the way up long with 40 seconds left, and the amount of angles you have to clear to get to the A side from there is basically impossible. So it was a tough situation for NaVi, but
and that's one of the reasons why some pro players say they don't like this map.
Yeah. Well, move your ass.
Yeah. 40 seconds. Oh, Simple. Half his health gone just on the fadeaway. Frozen's gonna stick around. Floats on Fountain. Keeps them all back. Ooh, I take it back. JL, clean headshot.
Still, I mean, it doesn't happen enough at a point to where MOUZ is going to be afraid of going back to that in the future. They're still going to harass you up at Fountain. They're still going to be pushing long on timings. NaVi haven't done enough to dissuade them from those kinds of aggressive plays. So JL just looking for some kills at the end of the round, take some economy away. But there's so many players ready to deal with this and so many off angles.
You ever feel like that, Hooksy?
All the time. Oh, he's charging up for the next round.
Yeah, okay, sure. Professor X over here. Fourth one for MOUZ in a row. torzsi already flying off the rails, man. 10-2.
You love that for your offer. You 100%. Love that hot start for your offer.
Because he hasn't even had to swing with just that op yet. All right, but you've already powered him up to a 10-2 start. Now that sniper in hand. Oh, man, the T side of Overpass can be soul-crushing. I don't know if NaVi can handle it. Let's get a gun round in early if you're them.
I think this is going to dictate a lot of how we're going to see NaVi play this half. If this round goes well for them, we can see a contest. If this round goes really, really badly, I think we'll see them get a little disorganized as it goes on, because then you add in the stress of the situation.
I don't want to be a doomsdayer 5 rounds into map 2 of a best-of-5 grand final.
I'll do it for you.
Right, but we need a little life out of NaVi. So I think you're dead on, Jason. This one sets a precedent. It sets a tone. You know, the atmosphere will change after this round.
It goes back to what we were just talking about. No real officials on this map. So all of a sudden, if things are crumbling and you're not well drilled and well practiced on it, like you're going to be like, oh, this was a horrible idea. Like that's the thought that enters your brain. Like, oh, how are we on Overpass?
Yeah, I was wondering if torzsi was going to be switching between A and B this much, because on other maps he's really good at this, as being all the way.
5 health makes a world of difference, but I feel like torzsi saw a glimpse. And Alexi popped. More where that one came from. Flash over the short side. Jimpphat's going to try to hold it. Blind torzsi regains vision, but as the ops on cycle, Simple busts through, and a wall bang out of Bit certainly helps. At a distance, Frozen connects. Then Bit puts an end to him, and sure enough, 5 rounds into this T side, NaVi post 1.
They needed it. They needed it, and importantly, they took the op away from torzsi, an expensive weapon no longer in position to help MOUZ in this next round. That's very well executed from NaVi. Good flashes to keep the off the angle, and a real nasty little jiggle peek from Simple in that monster tunnel.
Nice to see Ime get a kill. You know, we go back to like the big breakout of Ime in Gamer Legion for the Paris Major. When he was on Overpass, this was like a specialist, right? Watching Ime work T-side Overpass, constantly playing up through bathrooms into that A play. He was a one-man army on a whole other level. And if this is the event where we're going to get him returning to form, slotting into this international project where he originally struggled, this could actually be a home turf advantage.
He better have a good game. Look at the amount of times we've seen him pushed and pressured from long. This is the 3rd time we've seen a long setup from MOUZ already in the first 6 rounds.
Frozen just head tucked. Can also bank, of course, on torzsi inside bathrooms.
And so much is on this round. Like, if MOUZ wins this round, they will steamroll them, I think. But if they lose it, it's
Oh, what could have been. torzsi versus Bit. He has to bail back. Ooh, flirts around with the corner. Frozen's here to help. That's one of the two dead, and they're just going to try to press up through bathrooms knowing this fallback isn't fast enough to stop them. Rotation up also won't be enough. And torzsi, instead of hitting that bomb site, just leans back into long.
Well, he's still got Shuhei, who's pushed up towards Fountain. There was actually 3 playing long, and NaVi only spotted 2. JL's looking for it. If Shuhei goes down, they might lose track of torzsi, but I don't even know if a retake is going to be possible. Good damage done, and Shuhei's going to cross over, just pass by JL.
Man, Shuhei's found 2 good timings in terms of peeking into players, but he didn't get either kill. When we see him fight Fountain, could have had one, didn't grab it. This one versus JL could have also been huge if they wanted to get the retake going. But alas, it's NaVi with a second, 5 alive for the time being as well, just skirting by what was that 3-man A long setup, getting into the bomb site and planting, play objective. It's a round win as far as they're concerned, and clearing out torzsi even helps.
That was probably the most important round for NaVi in the whole half, right there. So if they didn't win that one, and maybe MOUZ even gets the AWP back from Simple or something, it would have been a disaster, basically.
Yeah, complete disaster. You could have seen it all come crumbling down. Well, they passed the tests, and MOUZ don't really have a whole lot of money to fight with, so the Deagle on Xerxon, the MP9 on Jimpphat, those are going to be the only weapons they really bring to bear in this next round as they try and build up, trying to save some of the rifles, but NaVi takes them out of their hands.
And important as well, I don't think that torzsi will have the AWP for the next round as well, unless Jimmy is farming up some real money now, because they're only on 2 loss bonus, so yeah, that one round really, really did a lot.
Well, let's see. Maybe you get lucky with the SMG for the bonus money. Maybe you get lucky and find Simple. There's a good start.
Ooh, but that AK. Oh. Long hands.
Yep.
Oh, it's so close. JL 5 health. Simple not able to do anything in there because that boost was just beyond his vision. Oh, that could have been massive. 5 versus 3.
NaVi's being so patient right now. Simple's just been posted for the peak by Blue Door for some time. And I mean, Ema, at least you can understand why. He's been pushed 3 times already in this half. This is about to be a 4th. He just gives up the angle. So MOUZ has some information. They can stack the B bomb site, but do they even have the resources to put a stop to anything? It's USPs and 1 recovered AK-47.
Oh, that's one way to line up the heaven smoke.
There it comes. Chewy's just taking a second here, hoping this goes unchecked. Oh, he pops up. Finishes off JL. Can't manage a second. And then those weapons are able to burst out through connector. They have a little short control. It's being held by Ema, and he makes sure torzsi can't get into the sandbags. A little bit of more damage, so be it. They actually burn Alexi all the way. So only 2 survivors here for NaVi, but a nice 3-4 T-side early on.
Yeah, that smoke looked cool and all, but it ended up in water.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't want to call it out in the moment, but it definitely missed.
Unfortunate.
He probably forgot it. He's like, I got to at least make this look like I'm trying.
That was definitely an effort. Holy.
Timeout called from MOUZ as they talk things over. And as you mentioned, no AWP is going to be in play. The SMG didn't get any kills. So torzsi back to the M4. I'm curious. I know, like, how often are MOUZ going to stick to these long pushes and long setups? That's because they've been doing it so much, and that's a lot of resources to dedicate to that part of the map.
It's definitely a lot of resources, but they are also getting so much information from it. The only thing is, I think they should stop actually pushing it. They always push it with like 50-40 seconds left and they get punished. Where just having like the whole long is insane as CT. You can
in your control.
Yeah. But not having the AWP, that's always a tough one on this map.
And not having a lot of nades.
That as well. Not having a lot of kits either.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a dire situation, you could say.
It all looked so good. 3 rounds ago.
They've got technically 4 players at this B bomb site with Frozen up in heaven, although with a little bit of nades and a little bit of attention and love given to bathrooms by NaVi, he's going to shift back just to... He's being kept honest, essentially, to help torzsi. The old bait and switch and monster.
Classic.
Jimmy's got a Molotov. As soon as nades come over, he's going to drop that.
He will while blind. Good cover from Zershin. Ooh, the short player gets out, but also gets gunned down. Trade frag from Bit. E-Man comes through with one as well off the smoke, but it's Bit's second kill. A player who we barely even had to talk about and couldn't positively when it came to Inferno. Suddenly, 2 critical kills to get this force through. Monster Utility was holding back half of the split. Bit did it on his own.
If you don't get given a kill here from MOUZ, you almost have to call for the save. As we already mentioned, no kit, you have a smoke and a flash, and if no one from NaVi is going to give up an opportunity, that might have been it.
Man, that dink right there, that's so welcoming. Frozen finishes off Ime. Bit's position, unbeknownst to MOUZ, they're going to have to clear it. torzsi's got him flustered. Bit turns, keeps his head on a swivel. Remember, no kit. So these kills cause for concern, but not a determining factor in this round win. NaVi will end it. One standing and simple. An extra cost versus NaVi, but now it's economy busted for MOUZ, and that strong start of this CT side has all but fizzled out.
I think that's some inexperience showing right there that they actually go for this 2v3. Like, they were lucky to even get this close, in my opinion, and it was... If it was the other way around and MOUZ had a lot of money and NaVi was struggling, I could understand that they wanted to make it expensive, but there's no reason for them to go for it. They still, like, they had another buy in NaVi even if they took away, like, all the guns or something, so I'm not happy about that decision, but and I don't think they will be as well when they watch it back.
And I mean, funny, ooh, hold the phone, hold the thought. Nice shots. Okay. Well, there's an AK-47 picked up. NaVi's going to come right back at it, so Shuhei might be in some trouble, especially if he keeps blinding himself.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
I was going to say, it's just kind of, I mean, funny's the wrong word, but ironic a little bit because their economic decisions against you guys is what helped them outlast you on Mirage, and here they've made a little bit of a blunder.
Ooh, I like the angle. Oh, and he gets 2 more! This is Shuhei from a Deagle to an AK. Oh, just shy of the ace. Damn.
He deserved that.
Didn't he?
Give it
right?
What a round.
Damn, dude. 481 damage on the round.
Simple's not even thinking about winning at the moment. He's thinking of limiting the weapons that they can get out of this round with. So making a team decision here to just chuck as many rifles away as he possibly can, and even the last one. So no fun for MOUZ.
James Bond here.
He's going to win it.
Yeah. Going for the sneaky. Oh my God.
He's going to win.
Doesn't know. Wow, Shuhei, take a bow. Double Deagle coming through the smoke, and that off angle, beautiful.
Yeah.
Without armor as well.
Yeah.
He didn't even have Kevlar. That's so sick.
Let's see these shots from his POV. That one's nice. That one's so sexy. And as Bit and Nima turn right, he's hanging out to the left. So MOUZ, Shuhei helps them nurse this lead. They take one step forward. It's 5-4.
Love that if you're MOUZ. Little lifeline suddenly sprinkled in just when it looked like we were going to get tied up. NaVi's T-side's coming through. An X-Factor moment from the in-game leader of MOUZ.
And look what it's done to the economy of NaVi. Like, Simple had $10,000 before the last round began, and now they have nothing.
Well, suddenly, those kills in that retake attempt do end up, you know, turning the tide of this. So all you needed was a Shuhei 4K.
Yep.
Frozen goes for the peak. Kind of stuck inside of Party there. Had no real way to escape. And it's going to go down, man advantage, NaVi.
With this kind of like so slow style of NaVi, like really kind of delaying that playground take for like 20 seconds, I think it's really limiting kind of the success that MOUZ can have with the aggression that we saw them busting out in the early going, the aggression we know they like to play with. It's making it very tough to find that flash timing for the peak.
I'm surprised that MOUZ are using utility that fast again on a map like this, especially where NaVi usually, like, Frozen must know at this point that they're playing slow because he got, like, people were holding him when he came long with 40 seconds left, so.
Yeah.
Like, they've been out of smoke for, I think, 40 seconds now, MOUZ, so tough round.
It's not a fun map to play without smokes, and this one, as it fades, will be the last one that MOUZ deployed. torzsi blinded, missed the shot, got to back away to bank, and now blocked off by utility. Exertion on the flank is the only hope that MOUZ have.
Oh, and he lines him up. Look at the damage. Snaps the shot up. Simple's dead. Man advantage suddenly to MOUZ. They have to plant on the opposite side. They know, though, the bank is occupied. A double CT peek back by Dumpster. JL can't get both. Swept away by MOUZ. Sure, NaVi get in their bomb site. Sure, they plant, but that Xertian flank screws over everything.
Look what they have to do after they plant the bomb. The only place they can plant safe at that point is behind dice boxes, and then they have nowhere to go. You almost have to get aggressive into your own smokes and overextend just to find some safety. These 2 kills have all the impact in the round and make it so easy for MOUZ.
And these are the rounds you want to win as well, because you've got an early kill of Frozen. That's basically the worst thing that can happen to a CT side, is that early kill on a map like this. And then they used their utils so fast. They were out of smokes on B after, I think, 1:10 in the round or something like that. And then they end up losing to that anyway. That just feels so bad.
And that's a swing round with the money that NaVi has back to Deagles. This is huge for MOUZ to be able to catapult up the scoreboard now. They have all the advantages. Nice nade kill on Shuhei. Oh, he's going to back up behind Tree. Nice Deagle.
That's simple after all. Frozen's chance to shine. torzsi just casts the net for the long peek.
There's an M4 somewhere on the ground in Shuhei's position.
Smoke will fade. M4 now in Alexi's hands. No Kevlar across the board, though, for NaVi. They are able to pull that back. Frozen, he's able to join inside of the bomb site. Felt like he would potentially going to maybe get stuck out in bathroom somewhere. Now they're going to force NaVi to get to a bomb site eventually.
That mid-round aggression that we saw from Long so many times is not coming anymore. And NaVi's waiting for it every round, but it's not there anymore. So it's kind of forcing NaVi to actually show that they can break through the sides, which last round and also this round is going to be really tough, especially with no nades.
It's also chewing a lot of time off the clock as NaVi waits patiently for it.
Yep.
Down to 20 seconds. They'll have that smoke incendiary and M4 on Alexi. Look at the old college try. Frozen's just going to barrel stuff the long peak. Xertian, well, he may fall, but 7 seconds. Bomb needs to get picked up. Frozen playing in the smoke's going to make sure this site never crumbles. 2 alive, so not all bad considering NaVi's purchase at the start of the round, but just not able to get into the site itself.
Crucial that he saved the orb as well.
Yeah. That's really good damage done by NaVi, even at a loss. They take their first time out down by 3. Talk things over for this next round. Bit will have an AK-47. Alexi's going to have to drop down to a weaker weapon. But NaVi going to continue fighting back. And this, I don't know, this is a little bit stunning to me watching from the outside. That round from Shuhei changed everything, changed the entire trajectory of this first half.
Yeah, basically if NaVi wins that round, as they should have, everything else from that point would have been a bonus for their T side, right?
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden, it can be an 11-4 half easily.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that should have been a 6-4, 7-4 scoreline in the favor of NaVi at the very least. And after the amount of turnarounds NaVi had on Inferno when they tried to get going, winning the second half winning the second round of the second half, losing the third round, like that also prevented them from competing for the map. That win right there from Shuhei with the Deagle, it might have a similar vibe to it within the NaVi camp.
Man, that could be the round of the series. You know, if they end up blowing out this Overpass game, we're going back into a MOUZ pick after this one. Feels good moment.
It felt like with 4 rounds straight, NaVi like had a grip. It looked like they were like establishing dominance. They looked like the stronger team, looked like the cleaner team. All our questions about Overpass, they looked like they were answering those and getting over it. And now it's just gone the other direction entirely.
Yeah, it's a very streaky game due to the economy, right? Like, there's been so many close rounds, and if you win that key round, then you all of a sudden you just get like 2 rounds for free after that as well.
Yeah, it's like a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1 round. Oh, B-Rush, baby.
All right, why not? Jimpphat gonna topple the first front runner. Alexi B's managed to get through. JL shooting at the back of torzsi, who manages to survive. kills Alexi in the site. Now bomb stuck outside Monster.
Oh,
and the
done.
CT support's coming down with Con. Door blown off the hinges. JL will pick up one.
No
it ain't
way.
pretty from Frozen, but Zershin in the bomb site sets up Shui. And with 2 kills on short, they're stuffed.
I guess he thought the offer was going to turn.
Yeah, for sure. And it made sense from his perspective. Like, he's been running the whole way, made a lot of noise, for even shooting a few times before, and torzsi's just...
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Well, in his mind, it also makes sense because he's like, I know I got teammates coming down blue door.
Yeah, not my problem.
There's an M4
Sure.
that's going to show up surely any moment.
I think he also just accepted like his fate a bit. Like, okay, I can get 1 kill and get away with it. That's fine. So he just went for the one guy on B, and then if he gets killed in the back, he knows that there's a trade. But now I understand what JL was doing, but it just looks so weird from
our
the outside.
Yeah.
Now it's NaVi struggling for money.
Yeah, once again, back to just deagles and pistols. They've had 2 of these rounds in the past 3. They're just not even really able to contend. The MOUZ defense sharpened up, shored up with plenty of cash, and starting to get proactive on the map again.
Shui has been impressive so far on CT. Both his CT side and Inferno was really good, and now he's already up to 13 kills and had the most crucial round of the whole half. So definitely, like, when your IGL is playing good and feeling the game like this, it's just, everything is easier.
Yeah.
So.
And you're getting like production from a source you probably don't normally have it from. Like when someone all of a sudden has like an extra 10 kills, an extra 6, 7 kills.
With Shui, it's like he is usually up there because he's playing decent spots as well. Like on these 2 maps, it's rotate, and on Inferno it was B side. No, wait,
he was the A rotator.
He's the A rotator as well. Yeah, so he has these rotator roles where he can like be in the action. Talk
Pistols.
about action.
Yeah, right? Sliding through the smoke, they've actually managed to create quite the opening. 15 on the clock, but Zershin slides out from Dumpster. Simple's got the op at 9 health, which means Simple can and could very well do this. 6-5. He's got to grab that bomb, has to plant or fake it and hope the CT comes out, but it's Jimmy. Ice cold. No chance, Simple.
Miscalculate. I think that flash took that extra like half second or a second and a half and just prevented him from even trying to force Jimmy out into the open. Well, 9-4. NaVi almost make that interesting with just deagles. They take economy away, but this late in the half, that economy matters less and less. And yeah, you can see he knows it. Knife out, just start sprinting away. Op recovered by Simple at the very least is going to help. He can drop an AK over to a teammate.
You know, Jimmy comes into this series with something like an 80% win rate in 1 versus 1s.
What the hell?
Yeah, 7 out of 8. This one not his most difficult, but hey, add it to the list.
It all counts on the stats.
Add it to the list.
Yeah.
I can say he won a 1v1 against Simple as well.
Yeah.
Easy.
And it wasn't even close.
No.
That was gunning for the double digits. Need we remind you, there was a time where we all sat here thinking NaVi had 7 guaranteed, but then Shuhei sprinkles a little magic into the mix, as if this run in Malta wasn't magical enough. From the first round of playoffs to the grand finals to a commanding CT half. Frozen scours the front of bathrooms, but it's a very stringy NaVi at the moment, just kind of walking around. Applying a little utility pressure down on the B site with that smoke deep from T-spawn. There's the response. It's a walk-up outside bathrooms. EMEP should have, I think, seen a glimpse of that.
Oh, they're about to find out.
Bit's a bit cautious. Shuhei's going to creep into him. But do they think about the second? Frozen catching him off. Nice trade frag from Bit. A very critical second headshot. And a very rapid follow-through up into the A site. Zershin's going to try to fly out through the smoke, and sure enough, catches Zime. He is stuck on an island with fire in front of him, and he brings down Simple. How? Missed shot out of torzsi. Ambitious with the wall bang. And his teammate nowhere to be found.
Oh, he's going for a very, very, very long flank. This is going to eat tons of time off of the bomb.
He's also the kit carrier, Jimpphat, so he's going to be essential to this retake clutch if they throw it at him. A 2 versus 2, bomb beyond the halfway point, and NaVi just sitting back, uncontested this entire time until now. torzsi hits the op shot, and Bit, who's already been critical in this one, needed another double. But torzsi's got the cover, MOUZ have got the clutch, and a 10th to the scoreboard.
I think Alexi heard the footsteps at long, which is why he just tried to bail out of the bomb site, and torzsi's just ready for it the whole way. What a clutch.
Another frustrating round for NaVi to lose as well. They got the 2-for-1 on the mid-round push again from MOUZ, and they punished it again. This time it was actually even better from NaVi because they kind of forced that error. They threw the smoke you talked about on B, and then that made them push into blue, but then they just can't finish out the round. It's like, it must be so frustrating. Even when you watch it back, it's like, okay, we might have played the after plan wrong, but we get into good situations and we just can't close it out. That's the worst.
That second kill on a simple from Zershin, he found like the one pocket that wasn't on fire behind Truck, gets it just before the nade lands. That's a critical kill to have as well.
That's the thing with Zershin. Sometimes he just doesn't give a damn.
Yeah.
Right? He'll offer up half his health if it means one chance at bringing somebody with him. Fearless Counter-Strike player. Sitting pretty at 12 and 7. But dead. All right.
Gives a damn that time.
Yeah, 6th sense from Bit. Calls out the short position. That's going to unleash torzsi. Or will it? Yeah, he won't take too much of a risk here. It's going to allow MOUZ to go for that majority B lean.
The hard part is he only has one flashbang torzsi, so I mean you usually see offers, right, get behind dice boxes, go for the jump spots out towards long, out towards highway, out towards bathrooms, but you don't have like a Molotov to reroute them. You don't have a smoke to make them nervous. They're just going to have to take the gamble that torzsi can handle business. And this is where you mentioned as well, Connor, earlier on, Ema, back in his Gamer Legion days, in this position, aggressive in bathrooms, is a force to be reckoned with.
Yes, sir.
Frozen has full util. If they don't switch back to A now, it's going to be really tough.
Emez trying to duel, but suddenly a kill on both sides of the map at a critical 20-second mark. torzsi has redirected back around on Dumpster, gonna catch the player Flowers. This op, nearly unstoppable. Critical kills at the A site. And Frozen, well, he doesn't charge down that bomb, but hits the headshot on the jump up. Regrets from Alexi. And an opportunity for JL denied. 11 rounds to this MOUZ CT side. There was a 4-round streak, 8 rounds deep on this T side. We thought NaVi had justified the map 2 pick, but they may have just led MOUZ to a quick day in the office. We'll be back after the break with a T side from the Young Guns. Well, the MOUZ momentum shows no signs of slowing down here in Malta. The playoff run from the first round all the way to the grand finals. Mirage in their back pocket, and just when it felt like NaVi were going to hit that stride, Jimpphat had something to say about it. So 4 rounds to begin the CT half here for NaVi on their first map pick. Mirage waits in the wings. I am Scrawny. This is Hooksy. That's Moses.
And
Malta.
we were talking about this. Oh yeah, go on.
I just wanted to say, are you guys enjoying yourself? That's.
I think I really stepped in there. I think they didn't know what was happening.
That's okay.
If you want to try it again.
No.
At some point down the road.
Yeah. When my ego's no longer bruised.
Oh, the crowd
There they
hates
are.
me. Cool.
Henry and Hugo, they took out all the energy from them.
All right. A pistol round that's very important here for NaVi. Dual Berettas on Bit to face what's going to be the full B smash. And with that flashbang, he sees a little presence. Here comes Zershin on the entry, as he does, holding W. Dual Berettas, good for the first one. And a nice clean USP tap that goes unchecked. Good support from Ime. 1v3 demanded of Frozen. And he's going to start it off with the Gush. Oh, the second! Frozen with a big ticket clutch queued up. If he can just best, you know, maybe the best player to ever touch Go. Simple towards the short. Stuck behind. Frozen knows it, gets him in the open. Hit your headshots, kids. Oh, it's ugly. First 2 clean. Simple given a grace. NaVi will take that pistol.
That got spicy. Nice little clutch there from Simple. As you said, must win. They had to have it to stay alive in this. I want to go back, Hooksy, to what we were chatting about during the break as well. NaVi had 8 opening kills on their T side. Only convert 4 of them into round wins. And you were saying you feel bad because Alexi's calling a really good game and they're not able to convert anything.
Yeah, that's just the worst feeling as an IGL when you get like... He cannot change anything. They're getting into 2v2s after plans, all this stuff, and it's just... It should be round wins, but... Yeah, I don't know. If they lost this pistol as well, 3 versus 1, that would have been a cherry on top of the frustration cake. That would be too much for me.
Which is the worst cake you could ask for.
Yeah. But they're very even on the scoreboard on NaVi. It's like literally 2 kills between top and bottom.
Evenly quiet, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know? No one popping off in the first half. Let's see the second half if it can deliver something. Maybe Simple gets fired up with that 1v1 clutch. He's going to have to be really, really good with the AWP as well. That AWP presence on this map can be so dangerous. Much in a similar way that torzsi was able to do it. If Simple can get going with the AWP as soon as possible, NaVi would love to have it.
And definitely a difference of style here from the first half where NaVi decided to full eco. Here we see MOUZ, as I would have wanted at least from NaVi as well, to buy into it so they have a bit of buy in the first gun round should they actually lose. And well, also you have a really good shot of winning these rounds in this series so far, so definitely worth it.
You actually have 2 rifles and a scout against all SMGs for NaVi.
Still just the right amount of utility as well to hit this commitment.
Would you rather have a FAMAS or an MP9?
I think attacking into this bomb site, probably an MP9.
Oh, they can't get around. Stuck on the corner. And a great amount of damage done here from JL. The support of the cross covered. Yeah, he could just tuck in behind Dice. What could go wrong? It's just Jimpphat. Just Jimpphat. Put down by Bit. It's over. 2 survive for NaVi. MOUZ will be happy with that. You know, contest the bomb site, make them sweat a little. Don't let them get comfortable.
Yeah, take some economy away. I take it you're not a FAMAS lover?
Definitely not. There's no way I'm buying that. I just don't think it's superior in any way. Not even long range anymore. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it.
Okay.
But if I'm going to drop it to JKS, I'll buy it every time. He's so good with this weapon. I don't know how.
Every team has to have like one player who's like a specialist with like the FAMAS or Galil, just for economy purposes.
Okay, Simple. Hello. Poor guy sitting in spawn having a powwow, and well, it's a death. P250 picks it up. MP9 to be had.
We were wondering what Simple was saying at halftime when we saw him pop up on the screen. Maybe he was just saying, you know what, you guys do whatever you want. I'm gonna push.
Last game I tried the shotguns, didn't work out too well. Now I'll try the SMGs.
Try the hyper aggression.
You'll team with a P90 first gun round.
Well, let's see. Bits being active trying to grab information. He might have spotted one there. Frozen was out in the open. Looks like he did. He backs all the way off to barrels. No shift yet in the defense. Ema going investigating out towards long. Sees absolutely nothing creeping up at a timing of 55 seconds. But still, Bit is very much on his own.
And no real nades left on this side.
Ooh, baby.
But okay, so apparently the Famous can do this. I didn't know.
Well, don't worry. It's all unarmored pistols. If there's anything
Still,
else.
I'm impressed he could hold it down like that with the spray.
He's going to take it into the gun rounds. We're about to see more from MOUZ magic.
Follow it through. Simple. Not a care in the world this round.
I mean, I would imagine, like, on some level, he's thinking, let me build up some money with this SMG for the op. He gets it anyways. It's dropped over to him. He's got 2,500 in the bank. So, look, we've said this before. Let's say it again. NaVi's in a decent spot. They've won the first 3 rounds of this half. They have weapons. They have rifles. A little bit diminished here, but more than anything, they have money built up to sustain a loss if it comes. So where's the heartbreak going to come this time?
It will be there somewhere, that's for sure.
It's always lurking in the shadows. Yeah. A Jimpphat one tap away. And NaVi's misery returns. Gonna go for the boost. Oh no, no, mating close wall. Nothing, nobody home.
Already.
But MP9 in front of the monster tunnel. Good trade frag. And JL controls from Pillar. Zershin's gonna put out the fire so that he can follow through with this, but right into the scope of Simple. Makes the hold all too easy. Follow up as well through Shui's attempt through smoke. I mean, felt like that one had already fizzled out and he was a little stubborn.
Yeah.
It feels like the strength of that hit in that round is the punchy nature of coming through Monster, right? Because you do the double nades to clear out the close wall, and then you're expecting to have some space to work with. But in that kind of a fast-paced, punchy hit, you miss the detail of having the heaven smoke, of having all the perfect flashbangs as well. You're really trying to get all the attention absorbed towards Monster so Sandbags players can come up. And obviously this time it doesn't work. And in my head, I'm thinking back to Inferno. I'm thinking MOUZ won Inferno on their T side with those fast-paced, aggressive hits. Overpass doesn't really lend it to that a whole lot.
No, and also, okay, I'm a bit rusty on this map, I'll be honest.
Sure.
I haven't played it for like a year.
It's been the veto for a while.
But for me, it doesn't make a lot of sense that you go for this force buy to have an AWP and full nades and everything, and then you just end up committing through a smoke monster after like, what, 30 seconds or something against MP9s. I feel like that's exactly what NaVi wants, which I don't know if there's some mind games behind it, or maybe it's like super meta right now to be 3 or 4 even on A in those rounds. But
and you could probably go surface level with it and just say, look, that might have been a bad call. Out of an otherwise well-called Inferno, we'll see how Overpass the rest of it fares, but could have just straight up been a bad call.
But for now, it's early, of course, on the city side for NaVi, but they're doing a way better job of staying calm with their utility. They only used 2 smokes before that hit, and both were on Monster, which was where MOUZ were putting pressure. So
let me pick your brain about the future really quick, because the timeout's just called. You have 1 AWP and a half buy. How do you play this?
Well,
I know I'm putting you on the spot without.
No, but I would definitely let torzsi get all the cheesy boost peaks, you know, like go A, try to get some map control, boost him for maybe the peak towards sandwich, then after maybe boost him on long, stuff like this.
Just set him up in every way possible to try and get you a pick.
I would even start the round with like a 4-man boost or something just to get the pick from heaven, but well, let's see if he's pushing underground to get the jumping guy. That could be sick, actually.
Yeah, just ripping Alexi off the bomb site.
Yeah, he's on his way.
I feel like there's been a lot of jumping kills in this map, so I feel like I've seen like 3 or 4 of them already. Most in the first half, obviously.
Trying to bait him into going again. Simple's on the prowl, upper bathrooms. Utility over the top, but he won't shy away from this. Torzsi's right there as well, and if he falls back, whoa, that was a chance. The AWP has revealed itself.
But look at all the cover this AWP is giving them to scale. Nice stoppage of the smoke, and Simple can play around it.
Quick little headbutt. Legal. Simple. Oh, stuck behind the dumpster. Shuhei down to 40. No scope desertion. Sit down, kid. Jimpphat comes through with the Deeg. They know they've got players stranded behind that smoke, so it feels like a matter of time to clear out Shui. But it's that op on torzsi that's still alive and kicking, and the fact Jimpphat has got his hands on the AK. This would be such a round for MOUZ to rip away, but Red inside of the smoke. Shui's not going to be a part of this one. Jimpphat looks away, unfortunately, and it falls onto the Hungarian opper. torzsi hoping somebody just peeks in, but too many missed shots. He won't even be able to escape. Hunted back by Simple, and NaVi's CT side racking up rounds fast enough to call this a close game. That's 5 straight, folks.
I feel like any other opera in the world would have been bailing, knife out, running down the stairs, getting away from that fight. Like, you know that's coming. You know if you reveal the op in that position and miss a shot, the Tech 9s are going to be chasing. And Simple is just so supremely confident in the no-scope.
He buys a shotgun, he plays it like a shotgun. He buys an AWP, plays it like a shotgun.
Yeah, it was all there in the cards. We should have seen it coming a long time ago.
Honestly, maybe that's one of the better ways to practice like no-scoping and close-range opping. Just get better with shotguns. Play them the same way. It's just the simple training regime.
We wanted the op influence in the second half, and we're getting it so far. MOUZ
right.
still blanked on their T side.
Joe with an upper angle. Simple here to work it. A lot of responsibility on Emed this round. Solo A play, no control for NaVi on that half of the map, so they'll press out into short instead. Not afraid of MOUZ, but just happy to hold on to short control for now.
Well, and they shift over now to give EMA some support of Alexi B as JL gets into short. Simple's in position at the door, as you mentioned. So at this timing, with that kind of control, they feel a lot more confident shifting an extra player off of B.
That's going to be a warning sign for Ime.
This round would have made a lot of sense in the first gun round. That's what I expected to see in the first gun round, but now I don't know, they managed to kind of get their util out in the end, but Emma in a sick position right now.
Who's going to be able to unroot him, if anyone? Oh, the flash front bathrooms blinds Jimpphat as he's trying to get this kill, but it's an instant headshot. Alexi stuck behind truck. He gets a little more damage in, Bit slides out, dies to the hands of Jimmy, and Simple called out inside of the smoke. Clear the board, clear NaVi out of this one. Zershin, instant headshot on Ime. I thought that position was going to bring the attack to a halt.
I think the problem with it is that smoke is so much deeper than what's normally thrown if you're playing inside the bomb site, right? It normally plumes right in that choke point. So when you throw it off the slanted wall and it's deeper like that, that's some alarm bells going off. And really, I mean, you feel strong in that position, which is why I think Ime took contact, but someone probably had to bait a little bit better from the bomb site.
There was a second CT there, but I think well done by Zershin to just make sure he stayed crouched, kept his head tucked, didn't let himself get blasted from the bomb site.
There's a timing too, because NaVi's rotating 2 players over. JL had that short position. There's what, like 25 seconds on the clock? No one's going B at 25 seconds without that. Like, JL's going to be able to call it out. So if MOUZ doesn't hit this timing and Simple makes it through the smoke and all of a sudden you've got 4 players there, they're in a lot of trouble.
That was a close call as well. Zershin actually got dinged through the
wall, right? Yeah, as he was crouching.
Yeah. That's a bit of a breather for MOUZ because they survived it 4 as well. So now they actually have some money to work with as well, which is really important. But not exactly as good as when NaVi won a round and MOUZ were fully broken in the other half.
Yeah. Yeah, MOUZ didn't have the same success in those scrappy buys. Still, they're so close to the finish of this map that all of these losses hurt for NaVi. Even though it's the first round loss in this second half, it's like, 12 does not look very pleasing.
I'm surprised there's not being taken any risks for the A players at all in the map control. Like every corner they go past, it's like a smoke, a flash, a boost. Where, like, I think it slows down their game too much and they might end up, like, sometimes just running and running through a lot of util and smokes like this, so...
Well, you can see now with that kill, it helps alleviate the issue of flashing every single corner, right? You're like,
Definitely.
Okay, 5-on-4, Emo, we know he likes to be aggressive. Let's just start walking forward. But now you got Simple.
Yeah, start skipping protocols now could be fatal. Simple slides around. All of MOUZ ready to hit this bomb site, but Simple's in the middle of it all. Missed shots! Jimpphat a second in this round. Alexi outwards, but hit by Xertion, and it is headshots upon headshots. Bits holding on. Trade frag out from JL. He's got 2 more in the sight. Stops the bomb. A swap over, no bullets. 5 in this gun, and he is just feeling squeezed with Frozen. Huge health advantage. 7 seconds, and Frozen just squeezes it out of him. Finally, JL has to make his swing, knowing that with 5 bullets, he needed to get him down. And instead it is MOUZ, 1 alive for their 13th.
You have to take a timeout here, I think, if you're NaVi. You need to talk over this money. You're 9-13, a couple players right on the edge. Do you want to force up here, or do you actually just kind of save and let them creep ever closer to a map victory? That miss from Simple still would have been tough to get a follow-up kill, but that miss is everything.
Dude, that jump from Jimpphat, right? We're talking about the smokes and flashes being for every corner, every which way. You could see it if you were to just step around the corner coming for the exec, but adding in a jump, the hop into bathrooms, perfectly puts who off? Simple of all people. You get Simple to miss a shot in bathrooms, and that site crumbles.
Yeah, it's a tiny decision, but crucial, right? If you didn't do that, then I think Simple would kill 2 or even 3 in that round, so...
Simple trying to swing with the solo M4. He is armored. He was set up for the party play. Having his teammate run downwards towards Con. It's going to be Jimmy again. The bait dealt with easily, and the M4 just as swiftly dispatched of. torzsi's going to hold long. Everything's falling apart. And NaVi need Alexi. Well, he can't
He's
do
just
shit.
solid.
Yeah.
This Jimmy guy, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Nothing can scare this guy. He's just standing there.
Man, and I find like when a player this young really bursts into the scene, second LAN after Cologne and then now Pro League, in the grand finals, performing with no pressure. Bro, when I was 17, I wasn't doing my homework.
What were you up to?
I could barely tie my shoes. You know, like, just the pressure to be on the world stage, to have cameras in your face, to have all of your teammates, professionals, relying on you to perform. Yes, you have promise as a young gentleman, but my God, I mean, above and beyond in the playoffs, right? And the deeper he's gone on, it hasn't shown any signs of cracking. So with a buyback from NaVi in round 24, they hope Jimmy doesn't hit him upside the head again.
Oh, look at torzsi. This is great. Confidence, back in your face, Counter-Strike that we know MOUZ love to play. Oh, and he had it. He had the fight he wanted, but the FAMAS isn't going to scare him. He'll stick around a little bit longer. He wants another crack at it. And finally, the utility takes away the angle.
But that's a lot of pressure. Look at their utility now. They have 2 smokes and 1 molly, and it's 1:15 left. They just used the last 2, at least one of them.
It's not fun to be NaVi at the moment.
No. Now it's better.
A little bit better, yeah. And you could see MOUZ know it. All that information of all the utility pulled out of this B defense. Shui's calling everyone back to the B bomb site, going and attacking at the weaker choke points. Although Alexi's just shifted in, and he's got that last smoke and last Molotov for the team.
Ooh, Frozen eats it, but he doesn't shoot. Nobody reveals the play. There goes that incendiary on short, and Frozen's going to slide through within it. He's amidst them all. What? He ends up finding Bit on the pillar. JL turns from short side. He's the only one to post kills, but eventually that short player comes through with the difference. torzsi's got 2 health. Jimpphat's got headshots!
Dude.
15 off of the back of the 17-year-old again.
This kid, man, he just one-taps him in heaven, basically.
What are you supposed to do? Look, I'll tell you, I think that utility is dumped a little bit late from Alexi. That's the big thing, that wrap around the pillar in the middle of the bomb site. It confuses everything, and it has to turn this defense, these crossfires. JL can't find anything clean. Couple of kills for him in the chaos, but not actually able to stop any of the hit coming through from MOUZ. And man, when they regain control of the map, they take advantage of it. All streaks, none of these streaks by either squad broken up in any way.
There it is. Good old shotty.
Took 24 rounds, but we got there. He's just posted on long.
Overpass long of
Yeah.
all places.
Connector? No. B
Nah.
short? Nah.
Yeah, but we all know it's going to work.
Bathrooms? Never.
Somehow.
Yeah, I'll take it to long A. This is wild. Oh, he does it again.
He's so disgusting. He's closing this map out for MOUZ.
You know, there's the bewildering pair. Oh, hold on. Okay, Xertion's cooled off. There's a parallel to draw between Frozen and the MOUZ Sports win of ESL Pro League Season 10. At that last victory for MOUZ at Pro League, he had just joined the team, he was the rookie, and he took everybody by surprise. Now here we are, years later, 2023, Season 18, and we've got Jimpphat, second LAN with this lineup, even younger than Frozen was, and he's having a hell of a performance right next to Frozen, starting this series as the highest rated player in playoffs for this MOUZ team. Frozen's going to take the helm, the tip of the spear towards B. Efficient trade frags back, but it's Xertion again who's able to slide all the way forward, and it's Simple's auto shoddy.
It's all been a setup for this.
This moment, right here, right now. Will he switch?
No, don't switch.
The noob tube in hand. MOUZ about to strip away. Oh, he swaps out and it is over, folks. Dare I say it, not even close. It's pistol in the second half, a 5-round streak off of that. There was hope once upon a time for NaVi's T side, but Shui stripped it from their cold, clammy hands. And on their deathbed, NaVi in this grand finals